Formosa is a small island, yet blessed with an array of natural wonder and splendor. From the north, ancient towns and Aboriginal villages lie alongside towering mountains, beautiful waterfalls, and elaborate temples. The central region displays the full range of Formosa's spectacular beauty, the shining sea, roaring rivers, and emerald forests. Known as the island's cultural center, southern Formosa still retains many of the traditions of the mainland immigrants when they first settled in this area. With tens of thousands of people practicing the Kuan Yin method, Formosa has gained international attention and respect for its economic independence and power. Diligent spiritual practice has brought their land abundant prosperity and development. Through the sincerity of the practitioners, Formosa enjoys the blessings and merits of a peaceful nation. In early 2007, Supreme Master Chinghai answered the sincere longing of our association members when she joined the festivities with honored guests and around 10,000 of our association members from around the world to celebrate the Lunar New Year of the Pig on February 18, 2007 in Formosa. On the same auspicious day, the Shining World Leadership Award ceremony was held, and Supreme Master Chinghai awarded the former President of the Philippines, Fidel Ramos, President of the Guzi Peace Prize Foundation, Manuel El Morato, and Senator Gerson Alvarez for their compassionate work for the Alaxese refugees in the Philippines. Following these celebrations, the international retreat took place where Supreme Master Chinghai and our association members meditated and prayed for peace throughout the world. On February 22, 2007, the Supreme Master Chinghai Day was celebrated with great fanfare and beautiful performances.
We now invite you to listen to the lecture entitled The Great Medicine Men of China, delivered by Supreme Master Chinghai during an international gathering with our association members from October 30th through 31st, 1995 in Shihu, Formosa.
Obligatory, to be happy here. And you have to wear your smile to go back home as well. That's the best fashion. That's the best fashion. That's the best clothes we should wear every day.
If you meditate 2.5 hours, you feel more comfortable. If you meditate less, the karma will be kind of pounding upon you sometimes. And you feel really, really down, depressed, agitated, upset, bad temper. If everything we have to do everything together is very difficult. To be perfect in every way. Okay. I tell you some secret of the China in the old time. We, the people of this 20th century, always think that we are very advanced in technology, in civilization, and in invention of all kind of machinery, all kind of modern equipment in order to serve people's health and benefit and intelligence and study and any kind of thing. But actually, in the old time, we already have this. There are many traces dig out from the archaeologist site, prove this. For example, nowadays we don't even know how to mummify a dead person. And recently I heard that a mummified mummy walked out of the pyramid, walked out of the grave. They dig up the grave. This is some of the scientists in England, they say, they're supposed to say, I'm not sure. Who has time to prove all this? Anyhow, who cares whether the mummy walked out or walked in? I don't blame him if he walked 3,000 years in such a small coffin, Wouldn't you walk out? We would, huh? Definitely, huh? No doubt, huh? Yes. So, and in the old time, we already have UFO and things like that. And when I have time, I would repeat the story of a Vietnamese boy who supposed to came from alien planet. And he used UFO to defeat some of our old-time enemy. The evidence still left until now in Vietnam. You know, for what we read, we know this is a kind of UFO. But if we have never seen one or have never heard one before, we would never be able to guess that is the kind of UFO, the trace of the UFO landing, for example. Because they describe it in the old time as a horse, very great steel horse with glowing with light and fire. Yeah, and whenever it landed, it make a whole very big circle on the earth, which has become a lake, you know, very rounded or just a very wide circle, you know, without anything. So, you know, huh? Thing like that. And what kind of horse is that descended into the sky, yeah, and glowing with light and thing like that? And then later the horse and the boy went up into the sky and disappeared. After the battle was won and the boy defeated the enemies, he left together with a horse. A strange horse, thing like that, yeah? And also in the old time, people has been able to, like, for example, our history, the Vietnamese history has begun with the fairies, yeah? Saintly personages, thing like that, who came and protected the land and who taught people how to build houses in such a strange shape that we don't even know nowadays. Yeah, like the conch shape. How can you buy a conch-shaped house? Yeah. Now you think of the Pentagon or or something like that, huh? Yeah. They build a house with a conch spiral shape. And then that protected the land for a long time. And then some of the saying gave advice to the king at that time when our country was named Aulak, huh? And then defeated always the enemy. I'll tell you that story if you wish to hear about Vietnamese history. Yeah, it's a true story because there is still evidence of that, of those building and things like that, and of the story, some traces of the story. So evidently, some of the aliens have descended upon our Earth planet many thousands or some hundreds of thousands or millions years ago, and have interacted with our Earth planet people. And in every country we have evidence of this. It's just that we did not know what it was and we thought it was fairy tale and things like that. But after we consider more about the detail and after we've been enlightened, we would be able to discern that these things are not only a story, they're true happenings. Yeah? For example, like Snow White Princess and the poison apple. Yeah, there are such things as poisonous apples in Germany. There is a place, I forgot the name, near Schwarzwald, Black Forest. Yeah, there is a place, only in that place grow a typical kind of apples which look like golden delicious in America. Half of the side is sweet and okay, normal. Half of the apple is poisonous. And that poisonous half is able to induce a kind of temporary coma or long time coma. Depends on how much you eat it, and you know. Perhaps the Snow White was hungry and ate it and then swallowed it and stuck here. So the poison worked long time and she wouldn't be able to breathe. And when the prince come and kiss her, she choked. And coughed out. And then wake up from the coma. Maybe he didn't know what is Colgate or close-up toothpaste at that time. And the strange odor, you know, is strong enough to knock everybody out of back to consciousness again. Well. whatever it is, it was good for her. And so, sometimes fairy tales springs from some little fact. And when I read our Vietnamese country's history, I think it's all real. You know, at least 80% of it. And then the people, of course, from the transmission from many thousand years, lost some of the essence. But when you read it, you know the true story is inside. Yeah, the percentage is high. Now let's go to China. So I prepared already your believing heart, in case in case you with such a highly intellectual knowledge and professionally PhD and things like that, it's difficult to believe all this kind of thing. But nevertheless, if you don't believe, it's okay. And also there was a story about golden egg, you remember? Do you know anything about that? Okay. Yeah, the men have a duck or a goose who lay a golden egg, and then the neighbor stole the egg and operate the goose in order to get all the gold out, and then they get nothing. Yeah, okay. So now a scientist has discovered there was a kind of geese, that laid some eggs with some trace of gold in it. Well, mine is very little. You have to crack about 10,000 eggs in order to get about 1 ounce of gold. But that's nothing, huh? Gold is gold, huh? Well, even 1 ounce of that geese gold better than my earrings here, because it's non here. It's only for decoration. About $2 or something. So even this is big, but this is not real. And that is very little, but it's real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Real things always real. Doesn't matter how big. Huh? So the same with us. Okay, anyhow, in old time, in China, there was a very incredible medicine man called Hua Tu. He was one of the greatest surgeons of all time, I think. He operate people's brain and get the tumor out, and he cut open the people's stomach and get the cancer out, and he cut open the leg and change the bone and things like that. All the story he did, it must be true, because it seems very much like a modern surgery. Yeah, except I don't know how he did it at that time. Now let's see how he did it. Yeah, most of the time they don't say how he did it. But there was one time in the time of the Three Kingdoms, there was a man, one of the three giants, named Cao Cao. One time he was sick. He has a lot of headache all the time. And so he told his attendants to bring the Hua Tu, the incredible medicine man, doctor, to him, to his court, and want to see what cure he can offer to the giant emperor at that time. So Hua Tu said to him directly, I must cut open your head, because it's inside. There's no medicine can cure you. But then the Cao Cao at that time, as all of the ignorant people, did not believe it. So killed the man. So that was the last time China saw this great doctor of that time. Because the man was a very cruel person. The giant, the one of the warrior giant, killed the medicine man because he thinks he wants to assassinate him, offering such a plan of murder. You know what I mean? Because at that time, everybody knows that if you cut the head open, he dies. But not with this medicine man. Probably he was from another planet. He was already so much advanced in medical technique that he can do almost anything like we do in nowadays, and even better. I have to introduce to you this man also, otherwise you don't know. Just jump into the incredible for you. But he was incredible. He cured so many incurable diseases at that time. That's why even Cao Cao, the dictator, the cruel, giant, warrior giant, even fetch him to the court. He's the one who don't believe in nothing. And he killed without even blinking an eyes.